I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him to 100, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rats in the morning, I had me up about a morning, I had me some.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the Space City at NRG Stadium. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Los Angeles Chargers. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Richmond! Hey!
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Richmond!
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at the 20. A first down throw here for Rivers. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw is Rivers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Whitney Merciless in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. 3rd and long for Rivers. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Trotty. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Here's Donnie Jones now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he'll try and hurry the kick, gets it away, but it's not looking that great. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And this offense set up with a very short field. 1st and 10 inside the 20. The Texans with a first opportunity now from the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins from 17 yards out. And the Texans have taken the early lead. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Chargers taking back over the football here, and they are at 8-3 after that dismantling of Arizona a week ago. Now, the victory a little bit overshadowed by that injury to Melvin Gordon.
Yeah, certainly, because he came into the game a little bit dinged up, but now it's an MCL injury is what they're reporting. They don't think it's season-ending, but should put him on the shelf for a few weeks. But the good thing about the Chargers, they know how to maneuver the ball around, get it to other people. They will minimize the loss of Melvin Gordon because all they want to do is get in position for Week 15 in Kansas City when they take on the Chiefs with a chance to get back into first place. Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
Now he'll let it. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play there for the Chargers. 55 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken very short.
But that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They've got to be saying, boy, thanks for this field position.
Yeah, remember their last drive in which they scored a touchdown. That one also began in excellent field position, so let's see if they can capitalize a second time.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Here's Watson now on second down. Buying time to his left. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. A first down carry now for Miller. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Hayes Pullard in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. 3rd and long. It's Watson. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out come the Chargers. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view.
Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
Tiger.
Out of the gun, Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. QT, Charles, he didn't make his debut this year until week 4. Busted out with 11 catches in that win over Indianapolis. And now you got Will Fuller done for the year with a knee injury. He's a big part of this offense.
He certainly is because he's quickly going to have to become one of those go-to guys for Deshaun Watson. And a guy that he can get the ball to pretty fast because Will Fuller provided a lot of speed and flash and can work inside and outside. QT's going to work out in the slot mainly. Get it to him and let him go.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Hey, go orange. Orange. Hey, go orange.
Rivers now on second down. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Well, CD, looking back to Thanksgiving, we had the typical triple header. Did you enjoy while digesting the turkey and pie?
I certainly did, and I think I'm still digesting the turkey and pie. But, you know, you have the traditional ones. You have the Lions who host and the Cowboys who host, and the Lions hosted the Bears this year. And despite the fact the Bears didn't have their starting quarterback, Mitchell Trubisky, how about what Chase Daniel did? They went in there and took the measure of the Lions for the second time in a 3-game span.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Hayes Pollard in there to get him for his second sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now Watson throwing on 3rd and long. Sammy Coates has it complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Come back. Tiger.
Here we go on 4th. Watson under pressure now. Watson, and down he goes. Hayes Pollard bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight.
Let's go.
Now Gordon on 1st down, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Rivers now. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. 1:59 to go in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down.
Set. Run 80.
Working out of the gun, Rivers escaping the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion.
White. Keep it skinny. Hey, Rocket.
Now Rivers on 4th down. Flushed out right. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Texans defense stands tall. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Now it's Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Back to throw, Watson. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Now it's Miller. And he'll take this one down near the 15. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Here's Watson, and that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. So now 4th down looming. Remember, these guys went for it on their last drive, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, even though it didn't work out, I would not be surprised at all if they went ahead and did it again.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Darn right.
Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. As it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. He's got room to run past the 20. And he's out right at the 25. 17 yards on the pickup. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Throwing, Rivers. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Rivers now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here. Final play of the half. Rivers got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. So he comes out of nowhere. He's got this handlebar mustache, greasy hair. And he says, would you rather eat a jar of mayonnaise or 3 sticks of butter? And I'm like, well, all right, never mind. 3rd quarter action now. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
Hurry up! Red.
Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Second down, Rivers. And unsuccessful there, trying to dump it underneath. That'll bring up 3rd down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
Rivers to throw it. And that is incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They're indeed going for it. It's Rivers. And able to find Green. And he's got this down to the 35. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. Rivers now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And past the 30 down to about the 27. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And his throw here is incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
On 3rd down, Rivers steps away to his left. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Boy, this one's knuckling, and it just does get over the crossbar. He didn't get much of it, but he got it to go. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
To throw is Watson, and he'll find QT on the right side complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. To throw, Rivers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Zach Cunningham leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
He'll get it up the middle. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. Open road here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal. And his kick is indeed good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They begin with a run by Miller. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Caught here by Griffin. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down at will. Here's a give to Miller. And not much running room. Down to the 32. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Now a handoff to Miller. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. On 2nd down, here's Watson. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Come back.
Now it's Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. One man in the backfield, that's Miller, second and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss.
Come back.
I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his second touchdown of the night. And the Texans have broken the tie. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger offense making their way back out there. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
And Watson's going to throw it here. Throw right side into the hands of Akins. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continue to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. Here's Watson. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Come back, come back.
On 4th down, Watson. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Chargers coming out on the field now. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now...
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for L.A. 62 yards. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. To throw is Rivers. Flush to his right. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out,
I got so much beef.